Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the shop, and welcome to a fairly short video because Ed Bullion as well as Sway have asked a simple question. What would you do if you bought a Lamborghini Gallardo for $35,000? What indeed? Now, the prospect of a cheap supercar is fairly intriguing to me. I always loved beater exotics, especially, Porsches and stuff, and seeing them out being driven on the street. But that's the easy answer, is to just buy it and then drive it. You got to do something. Now, one thing that I would probably end up having to do is live in it, because in order to afford a $35,000 car in the first place, I'd probably end up having to sell my house, which is probably only barely worth $35,000. But if I was able to come up with 35 grand, I am very experienced with high performance and exotic cars, none of which are these, or that, or that. Okay, so maybe I lack experience, but have any of you heard of the Pontiac Fiero? It's an American car from the 80s with the engine in the middle, just like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. And what people love to do with those is buy lots of fiberglass and put it on there to try and make it look like a Lamborghini that's been described like over the telephone 5 times and then drawn by a 3-year-old. Now, I actually love Fiero kit cars. I think they're hilarious as long as they're done with the right attitude. But something that nobody has ever done, to my knowledge, is the exact opposite. What if someone took an exotic and made it look like a Fiero? Now, what's actually interesting about this plan is that it, conceptually at least, is very easy to pull off, because the body panels of a Pontiac Fiero simply unbolt. So it would be a matter of unbolting the body panels, sectioning them to make them fit the much wider Lamborghini Gallardo chassis, and then affixing them, and boom, you have the world's most expensive to insure Pontiac Fiero to absolutely baffle your local Cars and Coffee meetup. And of course, living here in Kansas, a necessary part of this would also be adopting the coupe, the roof, and I think some of them were T-tops. I said I love the Pontiac Fiero, but I can't even remember if they have T-tops or not. I think that reflects more on my memory than it does my love of the Fiero, but I digress. Living here in Kansas, we do experience 4 seasons, so a Lamborghini Gallardo with the top stuck down is less than ideal. I mean, right now, this is probably the last day I'm going to be able to wear a t-shirt outside for the next 4 months or so. So a Lamborghini with the top stuck down, not really workable there, especially if you're going to be living in it because you had to sell your house to buy it. So part of what I would do with it would be to convert it into a coupe. Now, I do have in my possession a Harbor Freight flux core welder that would do an excellent job of tack welding some garbage to create a roof for Lamborghini Gallardo. You can't see me at all. I needed to turn back this way. Doing these videos where I just talk to the camera, very much not my thing, and I don't know what to do. What do you do with your feet? Where do you walk? What do you put in the background? All good questions that won't be answered here. And one could take the Lamborghini Pontiac Fiero kit car concept just a little bit further, and if the shell were to be completely ruined, say by some idiot with a Harbor Freight MIG welder, one could simply drop out the perfectly good engine and transmission and put it into a Pontiac Fiero shell. Why? I don't know. Then it'd be the cheapest to insure Lamborghini powered vehicle. And of course, a necessary step in all of this, because I don't have any stickers handy, let's see. But if you look around, pretty much every one of my vehicles is manual, and the Lamborghini could be no exception. So of course, you could expect to see the absolute most kludged together garbage E-gear to manual conversion ever. That'd probably be done with Volkswagen parts or something. Find some Audi stuff that works, who knows. But at any rate, as I lean here against an $800 Scion TC, that is my idea for what I would do with a $35,000 example of a $100,000 car for your consideration. If this does make it into the final 10, please don't vote for me. I legitimately can't afford any of this. But if I did win, I suppose I could just... Hello, yes, hi, is this the bank? Yes, I'd like to get a loan, please. Yes, $35,000. Yes, I know my net worth is 1/5 that, but no, it's for a car. No, it's not for, not for anything practical like an Accord or anything. No, it's for a Lamborghini. Hello? Yeah, no, I'd have to sell my house. At any rate, check out VinWiki and Sway links in the description, and thank you, Ed, for, I don't know, thanks for putting this idea in my head, I guess. If you do want to sell me the car, you already have my number. And to everyone else, thanks for watching. What am I even doing with my life at this point? Shop's falling apart and I'm sitting here trying to buy a Lamborghini. I guess that is the YouTuber mentality, isn't it?
Hey, puppy. Hello. How you doing? Yeah. Oh, it's Kaboom. It's Kaboom. Hey, bud. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just a good scratches.